outside of the Natural Body megastore here in Queens. This here particular area is the warehouse, and Tim is ready to explain Loco Cinco.
Loco Cinco. So just brief backstory about what they do is that Loco is a pre-workout that's available the entire year, but throughout the year intermittently they're going to do like these limited edition launches, and you can see they're hand numbered. So like they only make this many. I guess we have the numbers towards the back of the sequence, but once they're gone, they're gone. And this is the hardest part I think customers aren't getting their head around, is that the LTOs, the limited time offerings, have the base Loco formula, and they have additional ingredients. It actually costs more for us. So like you're getting slightly more horsepower usually with these limited time offerings. And this particular one, it was to commemorate Cinco de Mayo. Obviously they had a little bit of production issues, so we're a little behind, but still a cool formula. See the sugar skull. Talk about flavor first. The flavor is Sherbet Margarita, which I am told is fairly limey. So it's like a lime margarita, like a margarita, but with a little bit of rainbow sherbet mixed in. The 4 additional ingredients though are what makes it cool. The first one is 6 grams of citrulline, so not anything like revolutionary or unorthodox there, but it is L-citrulline, so that's what you want. You don't want citrulline malate if you have your choice. L-citrulline is just pure yield citrulline, so it's not mixed with something else. That's what that means.
What's the difference between malate and citrulline?
Well, like citrulline malate would be citrulline bonded to malic acid. So like if it's 6 grams of that, you're not getting 6 grams of actual citrulline, you're getting, you know, whatever the molecular proportion is. So it's probably like 60% or more than that, 80% citrulline and 20% malic acid. So it's like, think of it as this is more pure. The next though ingredient, the rest of them are really focused around the fuel of the product. The first one being choline bar titrate. So like not anything crazy again, but choline's gonna help with the way it makes you feel in terms of focus. Choline helps you synthesize your brain's primary neurotransmitter. So really the chemical messenger in your brain that sends messages around your brain is going to help you make some. And those of you familiar with Skywalk, the different form of choline, alpha GPC, same idea though. So if you guys are familiar with that feeling, Skywalk gives you a focus. You can expect something similar here. And actually just like Skywalk, they have the same amount of caffeine per scoop, 200 milligrams caffeine per scoop. So unlike previous iterations, that is disclosed. So in the past, they've held that behind the curtain. You can see now how much. The next one though is one of my favorite ingredients, also kind of like Skywalk. So again, a lot of you like Skywalk. We sell a lot of Skywalk on the website. The next ingredient is L-Tyrosine, which is an amino acid that helps your body synthesize, among other things, either the catecholamines, which is a fancy word for adrenaline or noradrenaline. In the United States, we call it epinephrine or norepinephrine, but you guys are probably familiar with adrenaline, and also dopamine. So this actually lowers the stress response from ingesting something like caffeine. A lot of people report that it makes them feel more smooth and less riddled with anxiety. And I think that's in part due to the effect on dopamine, which is like the motivation and reward hormone. And you can feel this in Skywalk. So again, a lot of similarity between this and Skywalk, and that's probably good because many of you like Skywalk. And the last one, the most difficult one to explain, is something called isopropyl norepinephrine, which is also known as ectopamine. It is one of these stimulants that has been slid in or offered up at various times to replace all the amphetamine-like stimulants that are DMAA, amp citrate, DMHA. None of that is in here. Instead, the isopropyl norepinephrine, you can hear the word synephrine in there, is more of more energetic, let's say, than say DMAA. Not in terms of like raw energy, but like it doesn't change your mood or as much as that. It's just more of like a pure feeling of energy, but it's potent. Like it's hard to explain. You gotta try it. It has a very unique feel to it. Like you just don't get tired as much would be the way I would put it. Whereas DMAA, you know, everyone used to liken that to more like a party drug, like it was euphoric. DMHA kind of has that same feel. I would say that's less of that going on here and more just pure energy production.
How many editions of Loco have we seen before this one?
The limited ones, aside from the the base formula that we have year round, and for those watching this, that's Candy Bomb and Jolly Pop are like the base formulas. We did Loco, most recently Loco Cinco. We did Valentine's Day Loco, which XO I think it was called, and then we did Cryo Loco, going in reverse order, which is around Black Friday or Christmas time. So I think this is the third LTO that we've had on Loco.
And Myoblox does this really cool thing where they release cool, unique SKUs with a limited number, and this is not only for Loco but other SKUs as well, correct?
Yeah, so the next one coming is a reboot of Gorilla Juice on ILA, which is the amino acid product, BCA product, and then there's also a forthcoming Rainbow Haze Skywalk. I think I'm allowed to say that. So we did. Oh, remember we launched with that? I'm sorry, I left one out. On Loco, we had Rainbow Haze for a very limited time. So this is actually the fourth one that we've carried. But that was like right when we started carrying them, and they literally had like what 24, 36 to sell us.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have an ample amount of inventory for this for now. But again, it's not going to last forever.
Alrighty, I believe that'll be all she wrote, unless you want to add something else on this fine Tuesday.
Really, just the usual closing thoughts. Where if any of that was confusing, if you have questions, I tried to simplify it. But of course, just send us those questions. We'll get them answered for you.
All right, that is Tim. I'm Steve, and have a great rest of your day.